so today I'm going to be talking about we're going to be placing some trades together. We're going to be placing some trades together on this channel. All right, although it's a practice and we always practice. Remember, we always practice, and whatever we practice is what we implement, and we get good result, amazing results. So on this channel right here, we're going to be placing some trade on this channel right here, and then even if this video ends, in the subsequent videos we're going to review the results and then see how effective those trades were and see if we were right, as this will help guide you guys to to carry on your personal trade and know where you are right or where you are wrong, or where to go in or where not to go in. So just stay tuned to the end of the video. It's just a simple video, so just stay tuned. Video is in a portrait format because it's a really quick video, and it's been a while since you all saw me on this platform like this, and that's because I've been busy lately. I've been having some little exams to write, that has taken me offline a bit. All right, so but in a very short while, I'm not done with the exam yet, but I'll be done in like a week or 2 weeks time. So the regular posting on a daily basis or 2 days basis might be a little bit reduced somehow, but y'all have to just subscribe to this channel because I have more mind-blowing content coming your way, money making content and business hack, money growth content coming your way. So y'all just have to stay tuned. All right, so I have some guests that I'm trying to introduce to this channel that are professional, like professional Facebook professionals. All right, he'll be coming something when next week or a per week or so, and then I have another professional like it's with a track record forex traders with a very extensive strategies to show to you guys that will be coming up soon. So make sure you subscribe right now and stay tuned. All right, all these people I'm going to try to introduce to you are people that have track records, they have accolades, they have results, they have proven result and steps. So stay tuned. All right.
So here we are. This is a typical chart already, and here this is my mobile phone, and I've placed this trade right here to go in a buy direction. And this is mobile phone, and I drew this trend line and then swipe it. And before I do this, you have to, like, before anyone can do this, most times I have to view it in 1 hour time frame, and then 4 hour time frame, sometimes the daily time frame to know the daily trend, and then sometimes weekly time frame to know what is going on within the week before going to daily time frame. But the trend line that was drawn, that this trade was taken on, is 5 minute time frame, and then I'll now go back to 1 minute to take the trade. If you understand me perfectly well, the trade typically is taken in 1 minute, but the study typically is done from 5 minutes, because 5 minutes is like a big reflection of what happens in 1 minute. All right, so look at this trend line connecting point, these two different points together. There are two trend lines there. The first one connects about three different points together before it gets to the point, the current position of the chart, while the second one, which is the last one below the first one, connect only two different points. All right, so which means that if the first one hits that particular point and then reflects back, then you can see the zoom. All right, it's already on top of the trend line, just the way other ones reflected. If it reflects back, then it means the trend is going to move upward, and that's what we place our trade against to go in the buy direction. But the moment it hits that trend line and cuts through, and the candle is formed successfully below the trend line, then we are going to cut our trade and then cut our losses. All right, and that's what is most difficult for most traders. They find difficult to cut their losses. So I could zoom this. That's why I zoomed this chart a little bit so that you can take a look at that. All right, so most people, they enter a trade, or they allow the trade to continue when their trend line cuts the chart, and they cut the trend. I mean, when the trade, the market, the candles cuts the trend line without most times it will cut the trend line and still proceed, and then at the end of the day it still reflects back. So most people, the mistake most people make is they enter the trade, and then eventually the trade reflects back, the bear overcomes the bull. All right, so now we are still on the 5 minutes chart frame, and I believe you understand how this is typically done, right? So let us proceed and let's view it in the vertical format, see how it looks like. So I just swap my phone vertically and then showing how it looks like on the vertical form. So you see all the way it's reflecting back. You can see how it's obeying that trend line. All right, so this technical analysis typically works almost, if you do your thing really right, it always work about 98% of the time. All right. That's especially for volatility. This market we are dealing on here is a volatility market, the volatility 10. All right, and it's not like the forex market or the there's a crude oil market where the market is affected by physical activities. This is the volatility market is not affected by physical activities, and then it runs 24/7. So if you are running your trade here, be sure that you're going to be having a lot of activities on and trades going on. All right, you can see how the counter automatically reflected, and you can see it's cutting through. It suddenly hit the trend line and then bounced back with a very high bullish engulfing candle. All right, you all can see that. You can see how powerful it is, and we are still viewing. So you all can see this. Can you see? Okay, I think I need to zoom this chart closer so that you will see how it is all exactly on the trend line, just the way other points are. All right, see, it's just reflecting and then pushing and pushing up. All right, so this is typically how trades are taken. This is typically most of the things that some of your professional trader does, and they tell you, okay, they did this and they did that. Can you see how far? So in most cases they do more detailed, and they add more, draw more or do more detail, add more strategic analysis to this. All right, so I waited for like about an hour before getting back to the chart and look at what it is right now. All right, so was it an hour or about 30 to 40 minutes? All right, I'm not sure, it was up to an hour before getting back to the chart. So let us reactivate the trend line to see how far and how the trade actually is going. All right, so most times when you leave the chart, the trend line leaves, so you can see how far away the market have actually moved from our entry position. So you can see that our analysis are really right. All right, they are totally right. And if you check, this is exactly the strategy that is used on this tutorial account that I upload video on for you guys. You can see that there has not been a single loss on this account. All right, since the day that I started making this video or tutorial video for you guys on this account. And what is totally traded on this account is volatility. So you can see the 2 points. So this 1 point here, 1 point here for the trade or the trend line below the line. So now if the market hadn't rebounds on that first trend line, it would have likely rebounds on this second trend line. Okay, look at the first one, first point, second point, third point, and then the fourth point is just rebounds off right there. All right, so which makes it a very cool trade that we've entered. You can see that it rebounds at the exact spot. Right, just look at the zoom as exact as possible. All right, so now another thing that we have to take note of is, now we've gotten our entry point right, and then now what we have to know now is, when do we stop this trade, when do we put this trade to an end. All right, now if we draw another trend line at that point, there. All right, now you will discover that there's going to be a breakout, a serious breakout later on the long run. There's going to be a serious breakout on the long run. So now, how do we determine the breakout and where our stopping point right here? So now we have to draw another trend line connecting two horizon, like especially this one that is a double top right here, and then that will help us determine exactly where we're going to stop. All right, so okay, see there. All right, so now once our trade hits that point, then we know that that's exactly where we should stop. All right, that's exactly where we should stop, because when it hits that point, there's a likelihood of reflection of the of our trade reflecting downward. And now if you connect the first support trend line we drew here to that top trend line that we drew there, that's the resistance trend line we drew there, you discover that it formed a triangle, which means that there's supposed to be a breakout. All right, look. So you can see how the trade is in profit, like how it's moving is all in profit. All right, so see our entry position. Now you can switch the chart to 1 hour. We switch to 1 hour, 4 hours time frame, and you see the movement, see the market movement at those different time frame. All right, so looking at this chart here, this is going to be a very big shot up. Like it's going to shoot up really hard, like according to the 4 hours time frame that I'm looking at there. So you can see the way I'm moving my cursor upwards. So it's going to shoot to as long as that level, then you can take a profit, but it's still going to shoot higher than that later on. So what you can see the profit level right there. Now what most people advise most people to do is, you just play cautiously. If you enter more than one trade, some take profit at some levels, take profit, and then when it's necessary to cut losses, always cut losses. Don't just don't allow your emotion to lead you. Let your strategy lead you, not your emotion. All right, so now we return to this chart after another 30 minutes and look at what. So now you can see that our analysis went really well, and this whole thing have already gone higher and higher beyond the position, the entry position. So if we decide to exit the market now, it's not a bad thing. All right, it's not a bad thing at all. All right, so we still have more opportunity to connect one or more points at the top to know exactly where to stop or where to begin from, or where to allow the trade proceed. You can see that in the trade we entered multiple positions. All right, we really entered a lot of position from below. So now you can see connecting this trend line, it forms like a wedge. All right, look at the wedge. All right, so with this wedge now, there's going to be a very big breakout on the long run. So it's either it's breaking upward or it's breaking downward. And based on the 4 hours time frame, it's going to be a very high upward trend. All right, that's a bullish bull run. All right, on the long run, it's going to be a bull run. So in that situation, our trade could be likely be left to run. All right, look at there, can see the position right there. We are after 1 hour time frame, on 1 hour time frame. After some few more minutes, and then came back to check on this. Look at the position on H4. That's a 4 hours time frame. See how the position. See where we stand. All right, this is a really great trade that we've entered, and it's a great opportunity to make money. Okay, so if you're are doing this, or let's say if you understand this well enough, this is really great, and you can really make a lot of money from this. It's just as simple as this. All right, so if you are trying to, if you understand this very well, and then you really want to make this a career, then you could just add more analysis to this. All right, the simple that one you've done is a good one. It's okay for you to make money. It's to make money is as simple as that. All right, so as at the time whereby you may suffer one or two little losses, you just don't need to give up. So if by now you've got to this point of this video, please subscribe, like this video, and then I'm gonna see you in the next video.